I have been on a minimalist journey for 3 years. If you're new here, hello, I'm Erica Lucas. I share videos about minimalism, decluttering, and organizing everything that's left. And I have been sharing on YouTube for 3 years. I didn't start out as a minimalist sharing. I had way too much stuff in our home. I shared it on YouTube and I got help in the comments and from this kind community that we've built here on YouTube. And since then, I have become a minimalist in almost every area of my life, and has been a lifestyle change and a mindset shift 100%. I did not force my children or my husband to come along with me. I've just pioneered my own path, did my thing, and they were alongside of me. My children are not minimalists. They have less toys because I make it a practice to ask them what they could consider getting rid of, what do they not like playing with, what do they want to keep. And clothes, I just don't buy as much for them as I used to. And when it comes to my husband, obviously we're married and we share everything, as many married couples do. And I have decluttered one thing that he still gives me a hard time about, that kitchen knife.
I'm gonna say a knife block.
A knife block as one of your 10?
Mm-hmm.
I would not have said that.
Including the one that's no longer here.
I would say that type of knife, the chef knife, is one of my 10, but not the knife block. I don't need all the knives.
My number one knife is the one that's not there and not replaced.
I feel like I replaced it properly. He had a chef's kitchen knife as part of a block set, and it was rusty and I threw it away. I didn't ask him first. He was deployed, and he gave me a hard time about that because that was his knife block and I made a choice for him. And in hindsight, he's right. I made that choice for him and I didn't consult him, and I should not have done that. I thought about it as just another knife, but for him, it was the completion of the whole set. And I can understand that now. And he couldn't find the replacement knife for it. He's since bought another chef knife that he likes. I have a chef knife I like, but now we have 2 chef knives because of what I did. I don't touch his knife and he doesn't touch my knife, and that's just how we do it now because of that one decision. So I do not put pressure on him to live with less and be a minimalist. He has a lot of clothes in his closet and that's his choice. I've asked if he wants help decluttering and he has said no. I mean, straight out, just no. He will go through decluttering projects with me on stuff he knows that we could live with less. So unpacking the basement, books, the junk cabinet that he had going on, his video game collection. We actually started out that project with 16 video games that he thought he was going to keep and organize and use and set up. And he ended up with 4 once he went through the process. But I had to wait years for him to be ready to do that. And I guess that's the point of this video, is that I do not have a prescription for how to handle minimalism in marriage. I only have the example of what I do. And I just lead my life and live as a minimalist the way I want to with my belongings, and I don't force it onto my husband. I don't ask him to be a minimalist. I don't pressure him to clean out the garage or all the junk from the basement. I would sooner put it on the street with a free sign than anything else. But he wouldn't. And until there's a middle ground, we just have to keep on. And yes, that means more stuff in the basement and the garage than I would like. Yes, that means more clothes hanging in the same closet we share. But that's because I have space for that in my head and my heart and in my closet. I'm not going to force him. If he walked into the closet and said, Erica, I need you to get rid of 20 shirts because that's too much. Have a nice day, sir. Get out. Like, there's no way I would completely rebel against someone telling me that. And I don't tell him that. Any sponsorships that I take on this channel, I always try to partner with reputable companies that provide services or products that we already spend money on. I want you getting deals and buying stuff that you need to buy anyway. So that's why I chose to partner with Harry's this year a couple of times, because if you shave, you have a need for razors. And Harry's gave me a great deal to give to you guys. So I want to thank Harry's for sponsoring this segment in the video. Harry's has been around for a long time. They have been grinding high quality steel into some of the world's sharpest blades for over 100 years. That means they have mastered the design of this razor that I have. I have the Ember color razor, and it has these deep handle grooves, and 50% of the plastic in their handles is recycled. The flex hinge follows the curves of my leg and my armpit. Razor refills are set at affordable prices, so you continue to have a great shave from these premium quality blades after you redeem your starter kit. You're going to get a 5-blade razor, the weighted handle, a blade cover, and the foaming shave gel. Your starter kit is $3 when you go to harrys.com/Erica Lucas. And now back to marriage and minimalism. I don't like a bunch of stuff. He wanted to keep all those books that he'd been hanging on to. And so I leaned into that, bought some shelves for them, and created a library in our home for his books that he wanted to keep. Instead of leaving them in a basement untouched and unused, I brought them into his life. In his life, that means our home, and that means I had to compromise. And I expect the same of him. Going the path together, but walking in your own way. So he walks alongside me and supports me. And if I said, "Hon, can you help me carry all these bags out to the car that I'm getting rid of?" He would trust that it's not his stuff, and he would lift those heavy bags for me and put them in the car. Because I promised him I would never do it again. I would never declutter something that was his without consulting him. That's all marriage ever really is, right? Is a compromise between two people to find joy. And he and I have a ton of joy and happiness, and it has nothing to do with stuff. And at the end of the day, that is so intentional, and exactly what I wanted for my minimalism journey was focus on the things that matters most. And the thing that matters most to both of us is our family. Everything else is just secondary. And so, yeah, I don't know if that helps or not. It probably doesn't help, especially if you're trying to get your husband to clean out his garage or the endless number of storage bins. All I do is just continue to lead a minimalist life, continue to declutter. It's the same way I treat everyone watching. This is how I'm doing it. Here are some ideas and some inspiration for that. If that is something you want to do too, let's walk together. And that is exactly how I treat our stuff, our collective marriage stuff. If it's something I want to get rid of, but he wants to keep, then we keep it. Because that is a harder decision for him than it is for me living with it. I'm not talking about rooms and rooms filled with stuff to the point where it's a safety hazard, walking issue. I'm not talking about that kind of household. If you have a household where stuff is a safety concern, then decisions need to be made. And things need to get put into storage, they need to get packed away, they need to be donated, decluttered, or trashed in order to make it safe in your home. That's a different thing. But it's very hard, I think. I just want to say that it's very hard sometimes for me to have more stuff than I want to live with. But I want my husband to feel comfortable with his stuff, and then I'm not going to secretly declutter his things when he's sleeping or something. I don't know if this video helps or not. I don't think I came on here to tell you what to do. I think I came on here to tell you what I do. And that's just, I do my own thing, and I wait for opportunities that he would like to do the same. Thanks for sharing part of your day with me. Let me know in the comments if this was helpful or not. Okay, here's another video.